Okay, so we are recording. So, hey everyone. If we have not officially met, I am Elise. I'm the one who created Dream Chasers. So, hopefully, you all are all on that page since you know about the Zoom. Tonight's Zoom is just going to be, we're going to try to keep it around like 30 minutes or so, unless, we get into questions, which is perfectly fine. I'm going to actually mute everyone. That way we don't have any interference. Okay, and you can just unmute yourself if you have a question, or you can always ask in the comments. You can type in the comments. So if you have a question as we're going through things, don't hesitate to ask. So anyways, thank you all for jumping on tonight. I'm excited about this Zoom. This is just going to be a quick training on if you have a team under you. I just want to go over charting so you understand like where you're building to your next level. You understand what the steps of success are. You understand what your executive and your Ruby chart is. We have a chart for every single promotion in the company. So your first one is your executive chart, and I've got the executive chart and the Ruby chart, and I'm going to show you what they look like. And basically what they mean. So if you're brand new in the company and you're on here, you're a distributor. So the next rank that you're going to promote to is executive. So when you sign two people, when you sign up two distributors, it's going to look like this. You're going to write one name here and one name there. And you can find, this is an executive chart. You can find your charts on your eSuite. So if you go to documents, and I believe it's I think it's business building tools that's on there. You can go on there and you can find these charts and you can print them off. I also have them in the files of the Dream Chasers team page on Facebook, so you can always go on there and you can download it and you can print it off. So I always have a copy. I always have my chart with me because I want to know who I'm helping, who I am keeping on my chart, on my team, who I'm running with, who's working, because your chart is your roadmap. You have your steps of success, which is 4 loyal customers and 3 distributors every single month. So it's the beginning of the month. I always print my steps of success off so that way I know exactly what I'm looking for, what I'm going towards every single month. So you're going to want to try to sign 4 loyal customers every month, and you're going to try to help 3 people get started in the business with you. That right there, if you do that even one time, that fills your Ruby chart. So this is a Ruby. And basically, okay, this is going to be you. So you is the distributor. So I'm just going to pick on Alyssa. So say this is Alyssa, and then she's going to sign 3 people under her. She's going to help 3 people get started. Then she can either do one of 2 things. She's going to teach one person to, you're always going to want to teach your new distributors to do exactly what you're doing. So you're going to teach them to do their steps of success. They're going to want to sign 4 loyal customers, and they're going to want to sign 3 distributors. Sorry, y'all. 4 customers, 3 distributors. Every single month is your goal. If you don't complete that, there's no penalties. There's nothing. You don't get in trouble. It's just what the company has given us to use as a tool every single month so that we know what we're working towards. And if you do them over and over and over again, you're going to continually grow your paycheck. So Alyssa signed her 3 distributors. Then she's either going to sign 2 more distributors and she can put them here on her chart, or she's going to teach this person right here how to sign distributors, and then they're going to have 2 distributors under them. So basically our charts build. So your first chart is your executive chart. This chart is going to turn into this one because see, there's an executive right here. So you go executive and Ruby. I know everybody is pushing for Ruby this month because they have the special gift that they're giving, the $200 gift for those who go Ruby for the first time. So even if you've been in this business for a while and you haven't gone Ruby yet, you have the opportunity to go Ruby this month and win that $200 prize, whatever they're doing. And if you have just gotten started, you can absolutely do this I promoted to Ruby in my first 3 months of the company. You can absolutely do this. So you need to reach out to your families and friends, tell them what you're doing, tell them what you're going towards. And if you know people who want to make an extra income with you, then those are the people that you need to reach out to and get them on board with you. So like I said, these are your goals. These are the first two. I wouldn't worry about any other charts, any other, ranks or promotions above these two until you've completed them, because the charts get bigger and they can get a little confusing. But basically, executive is your first goal, and then everybody is running for Ruby this month. So, okay. That is the basics of charting. So when you sign someone up, look at your chart and see where they need to be put on your chart and move them there. So, okay, I'm going to jump over what I was going to talk about next and go ahead and talk about transferring. You can transfer customers and distributors to the people in your downline. So say you sign 3 people, like I said, say Alyssa signs 3 people and then she signs 2 more distributors. She can come to, I'm just going to say Angie. She can come to Angie and say, hey, Angie, like, I am really running with you. You're a hard worker. You are a rock star at this. I love how consistent you are. Listen, I just signed 2 new team members, and I want to help you push for executive. So if you're ready to take on a leadership role, I am going to help you by transferring to my 2 new distributors to you, and then we will work together to help fill their volume. And remember, volume, my cat's coming up here to visit. Volume is your customers' orders. So all of our products have BV, and what that is bonus volume. So all of that volume from a customer's order adds up. And when you go, say you're completely charted, say every single one of these boxes are filled, your next goal after that is to fill the volume. That's why we encourage everyone to start signing their own customers, because when everyone is working together, then everything moves faster, everybody's working, and it's like a union, you're a team. So each one of these boxes have to have 400 group volume. So your group volume is everybody's orders up under them, including their own, adds together. So even if these people don't have a team under them, all the customers that this person has and all the customers that this person has individually, if their customers' orders all add up to 400, then they're what we call a qualified leg. To be a qualified leg, you have to be in, we call the 400 club, which is a big deal. Everybody starts at the 400 club. Ambassadors had to get into the 400 club to even get to where they are now. So it's a big deal when your group volume gets to 400 and above. We really celebrate that. So trying to get my thoughts together. Okay. So say you're completely charted. Every single one of these people have to have 400 group volume. Once that happens, you promote and start being paid as a Ruby. And a Ruby makes between $400 and $600 a month. It all depends on your sales, but that's the average. The average Ruby makes about like a little over $500 a month, which is amazing. I mean, who could use an extra $500 a month? So y'all, I'm so sidetracked tonight, so please bear with me. I'm tired. I have a teething child, and I'm just tired. Okay, so, yeah, okay, transferring. I was trying to remember where I was at. So say you sign up your distributors, and you want to help someone on your team go to that next level and on your chart. So you can actually transfer that distributor to someone else on your downline. And you're still going to get paid on this person. You're still... because I know a lot of people are like, well, what happens if I transfer them? They're not mine anymore. Well, actually, as a distributor, so when you sign a distributor and you want to transfer someone, you are still going to be the personally enrolled. So you're going to get bonuses off of that person. Even though you moved them, you're still going to get our $100 weekly bonuses when they become Fast Start qualified. You're still going to have all rights to that person even when you move them. So it is definitely worth it to move people so that you can help build your charts. And you can also do this with customers. So say you've signed your 4 loyal customers, and then you start signing more, which is, great. You want to do the steps of success as many times as you can. I try to sign up as many customers every single month that I can, because you don't have to keep them. Once you have 4 active loyal customers under you, you can then move your customers to your team. So say Alyssa is completely charted and she's wanting to help Angie go for executive. Alyssa can sign customers, and she can actually move her loyal customers to these people in her downline or any of these. She doesn't have to keep them herself. She can actually move them to help the volume for each of these boxes. So she can help increase the volume. And if everybody on this chart is working, they're increasing their own volume. And that is how everyone grows. That is how everyone's volume grows, and you promote. So if everyone's working together, then this what makes this happen. So basically, you can move anyone. You can also, a lot of people didn't know this, and it took me a long time to figure this out too. You can actually say if someone is like 25 BV away from being a 400 leg, and you're down to the wire at the end of the month and you're needing to promote, you can actually place an order for Fat Fighters, which is like 25 BV, and you can transfer the volume from that order to someone. So you're just transferring the volume to that person. So that will help that volume grow too. So remember, you can always transfer distributors, you can always transfer loyal customers, and you can transfer volume from personal orders that you place. Now, I don't suggest placing orders and transferring volume unless you just absolutely need to, and if it's for a very small amount, because remember, the customers are what we're going to get paid on residually every single month. So if you boost like a promotion, just remember you're going to have to make up for that with a customer the following month, because that volume that you used for the order that you placed is not going to be there the next month, if all that makes sense. Like I said, if you have questions while we're going over this, please ask in the comments. I know some of this is maybe over anybody's head that's on here. I think most of these people do have distributors up under them that I'm looking at. So hopefully you're understanding this. So that is basically what transferring is. If you have a question about transferring and you need help figuring out where someone should go, get with the person that enrolled you, because I know that they should be looking at your chart too and saying, hey, such and such only needs like 60 BV before they're a 400 leg. If you get a customer, let's move that customer to that person. So let's get them to 400, because that's going to help you with the promotion. Okay, now this goes into layered leadership. So what we call layered leadership is kind of already touched on it a little bit, is working together. So Alyssa is going to come to Angie and say, hey, like, you're pushing for executive this month. So what I want you to do, Angie, is focus directly on your 2 people down here. I want you to just focus on that 800 combined volume, and let's get that filled. That's all I want you to focus on, because then Alyssa is going to focus solely on these 2 people, this 800 volume. And so when all of these are filled, she's going to promote to Ruby. So instead of Alyssa having to worry about every single one of these people by herself, she's going to have her team work together. So Angie's going to worry about these 2 people, and Alyssa's going to worry about these 2 people. And this goes for bigger charts too. When you break it down into these executive and Ruby charts, all it is getting with your people who are runners who are pushing for a promotion too, and you're going to give them a small task. So Alyssa's not going to have to worry about all this volume by herself. She's going to have Angie pay attention and work hard with these 2 people to get their 4 customers each and to get their volume to 400. And then Alyssa is just going to work on those 2 people. So that way you're not overwhelmed with an entire chart of volume. And when everybody is focused on a small amount of volume at one time, that's going to help you promote faster. Okay. This is really going to be like super short because I really just wanted you to understand what layered leadership was. Like, find the people on your charts, find the people who are set up that are running for a promotion too, and be like, hey, listen, if you'll focus on these two people, I'll focus on the other two people. So say I'm running for Emerald and I have a Ruby on my chart that I'm needing to help fill. So say I'm going to come to Alyssa and I'm going to say, Alyssa, listen, I need you to get with Angie and have her focus on these two people. And I am going to help you. I'm going to help Alyssa fill these two people's volumes. So when we're all working together, all of this is going to come together so much easier than one person having to worry about one chart. So how am I doing so far? Anybody? I know everybody's. Alyssa, can you think of anything else that you want me to go over? This was going to be like super simple, super short. Basically, get a game plan. If you have not charted yourself and you have a team under you, you need to print out charts. You need to print out an executive and a Ruby chart and see where you're at. I don't care if you have one person under you, get an executive chart out, put that one person there, figure out what their volume is, and then you're going to work on signing another distributor this month and help them get their 4 customers. They're going to get their $100 shopping spree. You're going to want to get their volume to 400. And once these 2 are at 400, you're going to promote. And you're going to start making an average between $200 and $300 a month in commissions. That's not even including you're going to make $100 off of each of these people when they get their first 2 customers. So there's so many ways to make an income with this business. But get your chart out. If you don't know where you are and you still need help, good. Angie says that charting finally clicks now. I'm glad, because I feel like I'm all over the place, but I'm really glad that you're understanding this, because it can be kind of overwhelming. I had to kind of figure this stuff out on my own. So I really want to give to y'all what you need. Don't let charts scare you. They are simply your roadmap, and the steps of success are your tools to use to fill those charts. So every single month, get your charts out, see where you're at, see what you need, then fill your steps of success. If you fill your steps of success and you move those people around and everybody on your chart is filling out their steps of success, you will promote in the company. You will continue to grow. You will continue to grow your paycheck. I just remember, yes, Alyssa, you just took it out of my mouth, projecting volume. Okay. So this helps tremendously at the beginning of the month. So say you've been in a month or 2, however long, and you have a team under you. You can project the volume, and I may do a video on this and like post it, but I'm still going to explain how you do it. It's a little easier when you like see it. But you can project the volume for someone. So say Alyssa is going to come to Angie, and she is going to add up all of the volume that's supposed to process. Remember, loyal customers order. Okay, I'll answer in just a second. When you can go, okay, remember, loyal customers their orders are going to process every single month for at least 3 months. Now, sometimes they won't. Sometimes people things happen. They have credit cards decline for numerous reasons. They may cancel their order, which we hope they don't, especially before they're 3 months, so that they're not charged the $50 membership fee. But life happens. These happen. So you have to kind of stay on track. And another thing I'm just going to slide in here is around the middle of the month, you should be checking for credit card declines, because then you can contact that person. And most of the time it's just because they got a new credit card, new debit card, and they just need to update it. So it's just a simple mistake. They still want their products. They didn't mean for it to decline, but if you don't catch that, they're not going to know about it. And then you miss out on a sale that month. So remember, loyal customers at least are ordering for 3 months. So you're going to get paid on their orders for 3 months. So you can go to your eSuite, click on Tree Viewer, And then you can click on loyal customers, and you're going to see all the loyal customers up underneath that person. So say Alyssa is going to go to Angie. She's going to see all of the loyal customers under Angie, and she can add up all of the projected volume for that month and kind of get an idea where Angie is going to be at in group volume. So she knows if she needs to help her out that month, get to 400. So I hope that makes sense. Like I said, I might actually do like a video where you can see me doing it, but it's really super simple once you start doing it. And so then Angie is going to do the same thing. She's going to look at these two people under her, and she's going to add up all of the loyal customer orders under them individually. Plus, if they have any like if they have an auto ship set up, or if they've placed any personal orders, that volume goes towards the group volume as well. So any orders being placed under this person, she's going to add all of that up, and that's going to give her an idea whether this person is close to 400 or is already at 400, and she knows they're good to go. So if they're not, say their projected volume for the month is like 350, she knows that she needs to keep an eye on her and help her get a customer with an order of 50 BV or more. So that way she can get to 400. Now this volume, this is just a projected volume. It can change throughout the month because loyal customers can change their orders. That individual distributor can place a bigger or smaller order than what they usually do. All of that volume can change. So you kind of, I think Angie had asked, let me look in the chat. How often do you check your team's volume to make sure your charts are on track? Usually I get my charts out at the beginning of the month. I project volume, and then throughout the month, as everyone is signing customers that is under me, I am adding to their volume. So I kind of keep a running track of it. If I sign a customer and I'm going to move that customer to Alyssa or Audrey or whoever that's needing the volume, if I'm going to move that customer to that person, then I'm going to update her volume so that I keep a running track of where she's at and what she needs help with. So kind of, you just do whatever feels right for you. There's no right or wrong way to do it, just as long as you're keeping track. That way, it's basically just so you know where you're at, how close to a promotion you are, and what you need to focus on. So if you're completely charted for a promotion, if you've already got this chart filled with distributors, you know that your main focus this month is going to be loyal customers. And you're going to get with every single person on your team and see where they're at, see what they're pushing for. If they're pushing for Ruby 2, great, because that's just going to help all of you grow. They're going to want to fill out, okay, good, I'm glad. They're going to want to fill this out too, and that's just going to help you all promote. So like I said, if you're already fully charted for Ruby, or if you're fully charted for executive, your main focus this month is going to be loyal customers, because you're going to want to sign as many loyal customers as you can to help grow the volume for your team under you. So once they all hit 400, then you will promote. So I think that was pretty much it. Alyssa, do you think of anything else? Okay. I hope this made sense. Remember, your charts are your maps. You got to have your chart out. If you have a team under you, you need to have yourself charted. If that's the only thing you do, charts and steps of success are going to get you to where you want to be at in the company, and focus on that. So your charts let you know where you're at, what you need to focus on for the month. And say you're not fully charted, say you need 2 or 3 more people on your for your Ruby chart, then hit it hard the first 2-3 weeks of the month. Usually the way the system kind of works, I see a lot of people, they focus mainly on getting distributors at the beginning of the month, and then they push hard for volume with customers at the end of the month. That way everybody, because your new distributors are going to be pushing for their 4 customers. And then that's when all the promotions happen, are at the end of the month. So find out where you're at, get a game plan. That's pretty much the game plan. If you are charted, you need to be focused on loyal customers, and take the stress off of yourself and get with your team. Don't be in the dark with them. Find out what your team is going for. Find out what their goals are. Find out what they need help with, and be that leader to them. They signed up with you for a reason. They didn't sign up with me. They signed up with you for a reason, and they need to be able to come to you, and you need to be there for them to help them, because helping them is just helping you. So find out where you're at, find out what you need to focus on this month, and let's all get here. I know that you all can do this. Whatever Mark has up his sleeve, I'm excited to see what the $200, I think it was $200 worth of a prize that he's giving people who promote to Ruby for the first time this month. So that's super exciting. I know some of you on here are already charted for like executive and Ruby, which is very, very exciting. So just push for that volume. Get with your team and break it down. Break it down. If you've got it on your Ruby, you've got that executive, get with your executive leader. Be like, hey girl, I need you to focus on your 2 people under you, getting them to 400 group volume each. Get with them, figure out what they're doing, help them. Remember, you can transfer those customers. So if you're mass enrolling customers, you only need to have 4 under you to keep. You always need to have 4 active loyal customers to be qualified for like bonuses and everything that they do, any prizes, different stuff like that. You always have to have 4 active loyal customers. So if you ever do have a customer that cancels completely, you need to replace that person. But any other customers, you can move to the people under you to help their volume grow. So you're all in it together. But anyways, just remember, your charts get you there. Your charts and your roadmap, your steps to success are going to get you there. So those are the 2 things that you always need to have with you and focusing on. So does anybody else have any other questions before we wrap this up? Anybody, if you do have questions, you can ask in the chat or you can unmute yourself. Let's see, make sure I got everything. I'm glad that helped. Okay. All right, guys. Well, I thank you for jumping on. This is recorded. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.